Hi guys, it's Mark Zickley with the Twilight Zone Minute, and today we're going to be talking about The Four of Us Are Dying, another great Twilight Zone episode. And of course, I'm Mark Zickley of Space Command, Mark Zickley, Mr. Sci-Fi, Mark Zickley, the author of the Twilight Zone Companion. You all know that. But it feels nice to say it. So, okay. This is the first episode with a credit by George Clayton Johnson. The script is by Rod Serling, based on an unpublished short story by George Clayton Johnson. And George Clayton Johnson was part of Charles Beaumont's circle. He was a protege of Ray Bradbury's. He was pals with William F. Nolan and a lot of the other people who were friends of Charles Beaumont. And he was a young, aspiring writer. And he was trying to break in. He was trying to make it. He would later co-write Logan's Run with William F. Nolan. He would later write the first episode that ever aired of Star Trek, The Man Trap, and he would become one of the major writers on Twilight Zone with Kick the Can and Nothing in the Dark and Game of Pool and Penny for Your Thoughts. But this was his first credit on Twilight Zone, and it's a wonderful story about a con man who can change his face. And so essentially they had to cast one character but four actors. And so initially Buck Houghton, the producer, told me that they cast three blondes and couldn't find a fourth one to save their lives, and so three guys lost a job. But they ultimately cast four brunettes, and that was Harry Towns, Don Gordon, Ross Martin, and Philip Pine. And it's a terrific episode. Beverly Garland plays a torch singer. She sings One for My Baby and One More for the Road, and she's great. She had been in a lot of sort of grade B and less science fiction movies, and was a very popular actress on television during this period. And it really has a lot of trickery that works wonderfully well, as the main character is shaving and he has one face, and then you follow his hand down, and when it comes back up, it's a different face. Really skillful, and really phenomenal episode. Interestingly enough, George Clayton Johnson's title on it was All of Us Are Dying, and his agent crossed that out and wrote Rubberface. But fortunately, Rod Serling had seen the original title and put it back to Four of Us Are Dying, which is a far better title, of course, than Rubberface. But that speaks to the differences between stupid agents and smart writers. And it's gorgeous in black and white. It has one of the jazzy scores of Twilight Zone. It was a great era for jazz scores. Jerry Goldsmith was a proponent of that. And of course, Marius Constant, who would later do the very famous Twilight Zone theme, was also a jazz guy. So that's, and let's see, what else can I tell you about this wonderful episode. Again, it speaks to the variety of styles and the variety of tones Rod Serling was going for in Twilight Zone. And again, Twilight Zone was usually about little characters, con men, working people, bank tellers, sales girls, any number of regular people in daily lives. It wasn't about presidents. It wasn't about kings. Very rarely would they have those kind of characters. They might have astronauts. That would be about the farthest they'd go in the social structure. And but George Clayton Johnson at this point wore his hair short. Later he'd become a hippie, very very famously, and would be a hippie until his death in his 80s. But when he wrote this, he was in his late 20s. And so it's a wonderful episode. I highly recommend it. And of course, Ross Martin would go on to be in the Twilight Zone episode Death Ship. Don Gordon would go on to be in the Self-Improvement of Salvatore Ross. And all of these actors, and Philip Pine would go on to be in Outer Limits, many other shows. Harry Towns was a fixture in television of that era. It's fascinating because every actor who's in Twilight Zone would be in multiple television shows, because there were 3 networks, and the talent pool they would hire from would be from New York actors, stage actors, and also from Hollywood actors, both young and old. And so you would see many of these actors on every other show on TV, so which was not a bad thing. It was a good thing, because you felt a kinship with these people, and that was great. So if you want to see more Twilight Zone material, if you want to find out more about the Twilight Zone, go to twilightzonecommentary.com. I am going to be doing more than 100 Twilight Zone full episode commentaries, and you can be part of it. You can enjoy them. This is the only place where you can get them. This is the only brain that you can get them from. And we'll be talking again real soon. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Bye.